To start this video presentation, let us first define a fallacy. What is a fallacy? A fallacy is the use of poor or invalid reasoning for the construction of an argument. It is also used to refer to an argument which appears to be correct but it is not. If an argument is fallacious, it does not necessarily mean the conclusion is false. There are two types of fallacies. First is the formal fallacy and the second is the informal fallacy. Formal fallacy is a common error of thinking that can neatly be expressed in standard system of logic. An argument is formally fallacious is rendered invalid due to a flaw in its logical structure. Such an argument is always considered to be wrong. The second type of fallacy is the informal fallacy. Informal fallacy is an argument whose stated premises may fail to adequately support its proposed conclusion. The problem with an informal fallacy often stems from reasoning that renders the conclusion unpersuasive. In contrast to a formal fallacy of deduction, the error is not a flaw in logic. The fallacy of accident. The fallacy of applying a general rule to a particular case whose special circumstances render the rule inapplicable.
Professor Radisson, who's clearly an atheist, doesn't believe in moral absolutes, but his course syllabus says he plans to give us an exam during finals weeks. Now, I'm betting that if I manage to get an A in the exam by cheating, he'll suddenly start sounding like a Christian, insisting it's wrong to cheat.
Fallacy of accident. From the given example, the professor is merely an atheist, yet every time he sees students that are cheating in his class, he suddenly becomes a Christian in the sense he will define cheating as a wrongdoing. Since he is an atheist, he is not supposed to talk about moral values. Fallacy of false cause is a fallacy that implies that what is not the true cause is assumed to be the cause of something.
Ernie. Oh, hi, Bert. You still have that banana in your ear.
What?
I said you still have that banana in your ear.
Yeah, Bert, I know.
You know, Ernie, why is that banana still in your ear?
Listen, Bert, I use this banana to keep the alligators away.
Alligators? Ernie, there are no alligators on Sesame Street.
Right. It's doing a good job, isn't it, Bert?
Fallacy of false cause. In the given example, it shows that the reason why the nose of Pinocchio gets longer because of his act of lying, which most elders use as an example in moralizing children, but realistically does not really happen. Appeal to pity. In the given scene, appeal to pity occurred when the little boy was pleading his father not to continue his plans.
Dad, no! For once in your life, would you please just listen to me?
Appeal to pity. In the given scene, appeal to pity occurred when the little boy was pleading his father not to continue his plans. Fallacy of complex question. The fallacy of raising a question, by the way it is worded, assumes something not contextually grounded, assumes something not true, or assumes a false contradiction.
Lamp? No! So you're just not going to admit it?
Fallacy of complex question. In the given situation, the person of the crime cannot say yes nor no because she will still be accused of something by the use of the complex question. Begging the question or fallacy of presumption. It tries to assume that what it attempts to prove, the truth of the conclusion, is restated and assuming the premises. It is meant to evade a direct answer to the question.
See, to me, he's not dead. He's alive.
Fallacy of presumption or begging the question. In the given clip, his conclusion just repeat his premise that God's not dead. Argument against a person. The person presenting the argument is attacked instead of the argument itself and its content.
Harold Ford looks nice. Isn't that enough?
Terrorists need their privacy.
When I die, Harold Ford will let me pay taxes again.
Ford's right. I do have too many guns.
I met Harold at the Playboy party.
I'd love to pay higher marriage taxes.
Canada can take care of North Korea. They're not busy.
So we took money from porn movie producers. I mean, who hasn't?
Appeal to person. Appeal to person is also known as against an individual. It was illustrated in this political ad. It raises some points about policy, but mostly attacked the character of Harold Ford Jr.
Okay, because Obama's address starts in 5 minutes. All right, we're all here? Okay,
Are we really doing this?
Yes. Yes, we are. Now, you see, the president has been glossing over the facts of his health care plan all summer. And this live address is our chance to make our dissent heard. Now, we have the text of the address right here, okay? Now, you look with here, let's see, right somewhere in the middle. Here it is. Okay. He is going to say this. The reforms I'm proposing would not apply to those who are here illegally, okay? Now, when he says that, all of us, all at once, together, are going to yell, "You lie!" Good. We're all in agreement. Okay, good. That's going to be fun. They'll send a message. Yeah, Senator Roberts, your question.
I'm just worried this might come off as a major breach of congressional decorum.
Okay, now, normally I would agree. I mean, if only one guy yelled, "You lie!" I imagine they would call him out on it. But all of us, remember school? If we all do it, we can't get in trouble. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's been a long time.
Appeal to people. The video clip demonstrated an example of appeal to people wherein they all agreed that it would not be breached if all of them yelled during the president's speech, as compared to only one individual yelling during the president's speech, which may consider as a breach of modesty in that sense. Appeal to force, aka scare tactic. The readers are told that unpleasant consequences will follow if they do not agree with the author. This may be in the form of moral, psychological, social, or physical
You need to defend the antithesis, that God is not dead, and you'll need to do it in front of this class from the podium. And if you fail, as you shall, you will fail this section and lose 30% of your final grade right off the bat. Are you ready to accept that?
Appeal to force. In the given scenario, the professor finds in his student that he is going to fail if he will not succeed in his defense that God's not dead. Non sequitur. It does not follow is a fallacy of stating a given fact that will inevitably result to a particular consequence.
I have cancer. Amy is going to die.
Fallacy of non-sequitur. Based on the clip, Amy has a cancer. From the ailment of her, she concluded that she will going to die. Her conclusion does not follow her premise, since having a cancer does not completely resulting to dying. Appeal to authority. The arguer appeals to an authority who is not an expert on the subject.
Prompting Lennox to further comment, nonsense remains nonsense even when spoken by famous scientists.
Appeal to authority. From the example, he cited John Lennox and one of the famous statement of John Lennox to strengthen his argument. From there, the appeal to authority was demonstrated.